one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll give the option. Anybody can either life is good compared to something less good, or
Well,
you can build
I
on.
mean, I can try to answer both.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue that life is better than the other option, which if it's tossed up between if we're working with the two. And then what was the other? Because I have my answer, but I've already forgotten the question for the other one.
Life is good.
It could be better. How could it be better?
How could life be better? Life could be better if somebody could possibly explain to me the appeal of pasta under chili. Because I've been here for 12 years in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And no one has ever given me a legitimate answer why you put chili on top of your spaghetti. I love that.
Philosophical.
Yeah, that's a deep one.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we got options, either how life could be better or answering Jared's conundrum.
I think if you just put the chili on the plate, it would just go everywhere. So the pasta is sort of the shelter. It's the underneath. It's the shelter for where the chili resides.
It's like a barrier almost.
Yeah, but pasta makes everything better.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have a valid counter argument for that in the least.
You just apply that to all areas of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might submit maybe the pasta, maybe it's not so much that it's a flavor or it enhances the culinary enjoyment, but it gamifies the experience. It gives you a challenge that you don't have with other foods, because the fork is not the ideal instrument for what you're dealing with there. I heard about a lady who had a dinner party and it was very fancy, everybody dressed up, fine, everything out there. But as people sat down, they found there was no silverware provided. There was just a pair of gloves at each spot. And then as they got ready for the main course, she served spaghetti. And everybody had to eat glove spaghetti. Like,
Oh.
There's a twist.
I have another answer to Jared's question. So why do we have spaghetti underneath the chili? Is why do we have cake underneath icing? Why don't we just eat icing?
There's that.
Well, it provides structure, which is also an argument that I believe I just heard for the spaghetti. But I like the idea that Sean said it. It's the game of the cuisine, if you will. So we need to find that in our daily eating habits more. Throw pasta under chili, it's fantastic. You want to lay a layer of base saltines under, I don't know, a cheesecake. Why not? Have fun with it. You only live once.
Yeah, for those who are officially in the audience, you might not realize we just had a landmark moment in the history of improvisation. We often have this term game of the scene that we throw around all the time. Jared just raised that to game of the cuisine. And
there you go.
Yeah.
Nice, Jared.
History just forked in a bold new direction.
Forked.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, it doesn't stop. Oh. Oh, we didn't even have to spoon feed it to you. Oh, on the cutting edge. Oh.
Hey, Sean, I think let's get rolling here.
Yeah. All right. Tom is in the spotlight.
Hi, everybody. We're going to get started, and welcome to those of you that I have not met and that our wonderful cast has not met yet. Thanks for joining us. And we are a group called Remember to Laugh. And it's a pretty easy name to have for our group, because I think we all forget to laugh sometimes. And in our days, there's laughter all around. We just got to look for it. And for the next 45 minutes to an hour or so, we want to make you laugh with some great improvisation. And we have a little slideshow to start to show you, along with a song called Remember to Laugh. Sean, can you cue that up?
Mhm. And so the slideshow, we're going to watch Tom dance.
Slide?
Remember younger days, remember growing up and the friends along the way. Remember who you fell in love with and remember certain smiles made you happy. Things that made you laugh, made you laugh. Made you
Yay.
laugh. Made you laugh. Remember the moments that were important to you.
Wow. Camera adds some age.
That's good.
Yeah, we'll linger on this one for a moment.
When you love someone, laughter is the key. It unwraps the very present. It puts you here with me. I will remember to try to make you smile, and I will remember to keep among my files the things that made us laugh, made us laugh, made us laugh, made us laugh.
And at the end, I was going to make that into a sing-along, and we all just, yeah.
There you go. That would be good.
Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful song. And
I think Don's a good singer. I could just see it. I could hear it in his pipes.
yeah.
Thank you.
Ah, cool. Wow. Welcome to improv. Tom, anything else you want to say to?
No, you got to get started. So Sean Dillon, the person you're going to hear a lot from he is our director, and he will explain a few principles of improv if you haven't seen it before. And take it away, Sean, and lead us through a fun little while.
Yeah. And a small question somebody will probably ask, what is going on right down here? Oh, it's a microphone. It's a really big one. Yeah. It's not funny if you can't hear. Everything we're going to do is made up. Sometimes when an improv show goes really well, sometimes people get suspicious. And they wrote that ahead of time. They rehearsed that. We have rehearsed, but we rehearse in the same way that you have a practice for a sport. The same way that if it were basketball, we don't know what exactly is going to happen in the game, but we work on some skills that we will pull out spontaneously. And we're going to start with a game that we might end with as well. That is kind of a pun-based game. It is sort of an appreciation, looking for the good in the world, and some of the good in the world is represented by the people who are watching here. Whether you would identify as a patient or a caregiver, you're great, you're human, and we're going to compliment you. Occasionally throughout the show, we are going to ask for suggestions, and these are things you can just type in the chat. No pressure if that is you're on your phone or something. But like if we were to ask for an animal, then anybody can type an animal in the chat. And I know we have some experienced suggestion givers in the crowd, and in a moment we'll start to read different ideas, and then we'll focus on one and we're going to create jokes around it. Because I've been visited by a raccoon a lot lately, we're going to go with that. And the way this joke will go is people will say, I like my caregivers the way I like raccoons. And then they'll briefly explain why. And then somebody else will step forward and hilarity will ensue. And cool. So who has one? Howard. Yeah, Jared. Well, we'll go with Dan while Jared is unmuting.
I like my caregivers like I like my raccoons, only nocturnal.
Yeah. Cool. And we'll go with Emily. Well, yeah, there's.
I love my caregivers like I love my raccoons. They really know how to dig deep.
Yeah. Jared, we've been looking forward to this.
All right, no pressure here. I like my caregivers like I like my raccoons. Precocious, adorable, and with dark circles under their eyes.
Yeah. Tom.
I like my caregivers like I like my raccoons. They eat about anything.
Yeah, that's wise. Liz?
Similar to Tom, I like my caregivers like I like my raccoons because they always help me out with my trash.
Yeah. Cool. We have one more from Dan before we move on to kangaroo.
I like my caregivers like I like my raccoons, always covered in debris.
Yeah. Cool. Moving down under. Excellent suggestion from Evelyn and Roger. Yeah, Jared, kangaroo.
I like my caregivers like I like a kangaroo. They're amazing, high energy things that I actually thought were mythical creatures until I was 11.
Yeah, I so many follow-up questions about that. Tom, then Emily.
Oh, I like my caregivers like I like kangaroos. They have a bounce in their step every day.
Mm-hmm. They certainly do. Yeah. Emily?
And much like having a bounce in their step, I love my caregivers because they really can hop to it.
Yeah. But they can't hop to it backwards. That's a fact. Yeah. Okay, and finish. Dan?
I like my caregivers like I like my kangaroos, only with sons named Joey.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. Jared, then Liz will finish off this portion of the show.
I like my caregivers like I like my kangaroos in YouTube videos boxing. Because that's a thing that exists.
Yeah. And Liz.
I like my caregivers like I like my raccoons because they're from Australia, mate.
I love that. And we brought it all together because, yeah, raccoons are everywhere. You thought she was going to say kangaroo. Nah, we're mixing it up. Bad. It's cool. And and I thank Liz for doing that because we wanted to prove to everybody that we are making this up right now. And we added. Yeah. So you guys might have a lot of questions in your life that you need advice about. And by you guys, I mean the viewers. And so we're going to have 4 improvisers, Emily, Liz, Dan, and Jared. They're going to be giving advice. But before, they're each going to be a different character. They're not going to be the people they are right now. So we're going to need some suggestions in the chat. We could use some occupations, maybe some emotions, maybe some objects that you see in the room around you. But Emily is in the top corner of my screen, so we're going to go ahead and give her a stink bug. That is great. Will she actually be a stink bug giving advice? Maybe. It could be a person inspired by stink bug. Many possibilities. And heck, because it's here, while we're getting more suggestions typed into the chat, Liz, how do you feel about Fiona the hippo? Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. You're either Fiona or you make something up from that. Cool. And because there are no suggestions yet, the suggestion for Dan is nothing. You get the suggestion of nothing. And for Jared, yeah, cool. We've got a excellent question in the chat, but I'm going to give you your suggestion is going to be something found in my room. Ricola. Your suggestion is Ricola. So we already have one question in the chat and we love it. And we're going to ask for not so much like trivia questions or questions about the world, but truthful, personal questions you could use advice about. So please be thinking of that. And we might even unmute some people in the crowd so they could ask us vocally. But first, as I disappear, let's meet who our panelists are. Starting with this first panelist. What is your name?
Yes, my name is Sally the Stink Bug.
Sally the Stink Bug. Great. So glad you're here. Panelist 2.
Ja, my name is Duncan Heimler. Yeah, happy to be here.
Excellent. Panelist 3.
Oh, hi. I am Rex, and I am a minimalist.
Ah, yeah, man. We can all benefit from your wisdom. And panelist 4.
My name is Fiona, and I'm just kind of tired today.
Yeah, I think so many of us can relate to that. Hey, we got a question. It'll be the same question, go to all 4. A very wise viewer asked, what is the best method for removing cat hair from my winter blankets? Wow, what a great question. Fiona, Sally the Stink Bug. Yeah, how can they do that?
I just think that to assume that the cat hair wants to be out of the winter blanket is pretty presumptuous. I mean, you probably just, like me, I mean, we serve a purpose, and like maybe the cat hair really serves a purpose. It adds extra warmth, and if you have allergies, the drug companies get to sell more medicine. So silly question. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe there's no problem. Duncan.
Sorry. Lint roller. Yeah,
Wow.
A lint roller would do good.
Lint roller, wonderful. Very practical. Rex?
I would say if you want to get rid of all that cat hair, get rid of the whole blanket too. Just get rid of everything. You don't need it. You just need yourself. That's what I got.
Yeah. Sometimes that's a good call. And Fiona?
I would say just open your big mouth and lick it all up. It will fit in there. Your mouth is big enough.
Wow. Yeah, you've very practical. Yeah, we can take care of these issues ourselves. Cool. Hey, I'm going to unmute one of our viewers. We got to party with Evelyn and Roger a little bit earlier, and I'm trying to unmute their video to see what questions they have, but maybe they're back in viewing mode. So if I were Roger, I would be asking, I'm a married man, but women keep hitting on me and it makes me uncomfortable. how can I make this happen less often? And we'll change the order. In a moment, we'll start with Duncan, then Rex, then Fiona. Yeah, how can Roger be less attractive?
Yes. I found that the most effective way to get the ladies to not hit on you is to always have your large German brood mare with you. She can chase all the women away. Very, very effective.
Wow, that was a brood mare? Yeah, all right. I've got something to Google later. Great. Rex the minimalist.
The easiest way to get rid of the ladies is to wear nothing. They don't approach you when you don't have anything on.
Like
Speaking
that.
from experience.
Yeah, I don't doubt the effectiveness of that, especially at Kroger. Fiona the hippo. Roger is too sexy.
Yeah, I think if you just lay down and eat a lot of food all day, ladies will stop bothering you. They'll just be bored.
Yeah, or if Fiona, like in her experience, that kind of has the reverse effect. A lot of people come to see. Hopefully it'll work for Roger. Sally.
I think you're going about this all wrong. Reverse psychology. So you admit a really awful smell and you assume that the ladies won't like it, but actually it's a pheromone and they are uncannily, that is a word, uncannily drawn to you.
Wow.
Stop trying for nothing.
Yeah. Okay, Duncan wants everybody to know Broodmare, his pet name for his wife, mein wife. All right, we have time for one more question. One final question. Tamara, I'm attempting to unmute you. That doesn't seem to be working. So that leads to our question. Hey, everybody, I think that there are a lot of people that have, it's been a stressful year. A lot of people have a lot of pent up emotions and maybe they want to talk to somebody, but they don't know how to make the first step. So yeah, starting with Rex the minimalist, how can we better reach out to people who might have something to say?
Well, I would say if you've got something to give them, give it to them. And then that'll start a conversation. They'll say, I don't need that toothbrush. Why'd you give me that? And then you can tell them why you gave it to them. And you'll make a friend.
Wise advice to be put to the test. Fiona.
I would say just go make friends with someone at the Cincinnati Zoo, because then they'll put you all over Facebook and on wrapping paper and greeting cards, and everyone will just know who you are. You won't have to do anything if you make friends with the zoo.
Wow, that's wisdom from experience. Sally, stink bug?
4 words. You listening? 4 words. Get in their face.
Truth. And finally, our Ricola inspired friend, Duncan.
Yes. I have found that beer is the only thing that makes people want to talk to me. So ply them with alcohol.
And Duncan, what would be your favorite brand of beer? Wonderful. Scene. And that was Advice Panel. Yeah.
Hey!
All right. Cool. So in the pandemic, for a while, we didn't have any sports. Thankfully, hey, the Reds came back for a while. They made a run, and we got kind of basketball now. But for the pandemic, we learned that we needed to entertain ourselves. And we have two sportscasters here of Tom and the man formerly known as Duncan. We'll just revert it back to Jared. And they will be commenting on somebody doing an everyday activity. If it's possible for somebody to type in the chat, what's something that you would do around the apartment? Because Dan will be doing that something. Oh, okay. We got laundry, vacuuming. Cool. That is kind of wide open that Dan will do whatever, whatever he finds to do. And so I'm going to disappear and leave it over to our sports commentators to tell you what they see.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back.
We're back. I know we've been hard up for some sports entertainment around Cincinnati, but we are back with just the best home personal sporting events you can get. My name's Chick Russell. Here's my color guy. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, this is Freddie, and we are live. We are live looking at a laundry basket. Chick.
Oh, it looks like the action's tipping off now. Is that oh God, he's got socks. That's notably one of the hardest folding jobs you can have. I mean, not everyone just gets out there and does socks on day one.
Oh, look, let's look at this in slow motion here. Oh, the slow-mo of how he folded that with such ease. He didn't break a nail. He didn't blow the MCL of his ring finger. It was unbelievable. Now let's go back to the regular speed so you can see what he's doing.
Wow. Without hesitation, grabbing a match on the first try.
Oh, the skill. This is skill. This is why he's on Wednesday nights at prime time.
Now, I want to draw our viewers' attention to something. I believe what he's doing here is doing what we call the sniff test. He's not sure if this piece may need to be washed again.
Or if it's ever been washed at all.
No, that one may be going back in the closet.
Oh, that was a bulletin from the Homeowners Association complaining about the smell coming out of underneath his front door.
Now it looks like he's digging for the next one. Oh, that's a shirt that, let's be honest, this one's rough. His ex-girlfriend left at the house and he's been sleeping in. And yes, it appears he's sobbing into the laundry now.
There are some feelings. I think he should act out his feelings. I think it's important for him to really explore the life of his ex-girlfriend. What fun it was with her. You can see that they enjoyed each other so much in every action. He really, really, really enjoyed her.
Really, I see him second guessing possibly every life choice he's ever made. And now, wait a second, I'm hearing something. I believe we have an official review on that first pair of socks.
Oh, let's go back to that. Yeah, you're right. Let's go up to the booth. Let's go up to the booth.
I'm hearing there's question as to if those socks were actually a match.
Oh.
He's got to present his findings to the referee.
Oh, look. Oh, such pent up rage. My goodness.
Oh. Yep. This is why he leads the laundry league in technicals.
He does. He's very, well, he's already moved on. He's trying to pump up for the next girlfriend to come along because we know that's going to go well because he didn't have any anger issues at all. So I'm sure that he's going to be a real prince of a guy in round 2 here.
Okay, now back to the laundry.
If you're gonna get a new girlfriend, then you can give me all my shirts back, okay?
Whoa! Live.
Surprise visitor.
That is somebody named Emily. She made that. Oh, here we go. It's on now.
I believe what happened here was the ex poked her head in the door, and now he is throwing everything at the door.
He should throw that piece of clothing that was never washed at her. That would take care of her completely. Oh, this'll knock her down the steps. I think it's 3 flights too. Yeah. Yeah, she's done for. Oh, and the victory dance, the celebration end zone dance there. Oh yeah.
See, this is what I don't like about the laundry league today. You've got a guy celebrating when he's only a third of the way to the laundry basket.
He is a little, yeah, he might get caught from behind.
There are 20 seconds left in regulation.
Oh, the last minute.
If he wants to impress the judges, he's going to have to pull something impressive out of here.
Let's see what's in there. Not anything run of the mill. We need something that's really going to clinch it. Oh, here we go. That. Oh, the foreign language shirt.
No, I want to bring our viewers' attention to something. This is clearly something that needed to be washed on delicate, and he did it. He's a man who actually read the tag instructions.
Oh, and he air dried it. Look at that. Pulling it out at the end. Amazing.
Scene, that was amazing. Wow. Sports action. That was great. And I totally understand if some of you watching, you're not so much into sports, you're more into the arts, which is why we're going to have a few moments of poetry coming at you right now. We'll have Emily and Liz will be on screen. And we also heard somebody mention Italia, a foreign country. This is going to be a foreign poet. We're going to have our friend Emily is going to be speaking poetry, but she's not going to be doing it in English. She is going to be from a Scandinavian country. Maybe it's Finland, maybe it's Norway, heck, maybe even Denmark or Sweden. When Emily speaks their languages, they kind of blend together and kind of sound like my favorite Muppet. So what we could use in the chat is we're going to need the name of a poem, and I think it's already been supplied. Lisa wrote this for the previous game, Dancing with the Dust Bunnies. That is going to be the name of the poem that will be translated. And to translate a poem, you need a poet. So we are very thrilled to have Liz Looney from the hallowed University of Iowa Writers Workshop, who is legit. That's where. And it might be the most accurate translation. She'll take some liberties to capture the essence of the poem in English to the best of her poetic heights. So I will leave Liz to introduce what the name of our poet is, and then they will perform and translate Dancing with the Dust Bunnies.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very glad that you are here tonight. We have a very special guest, someone I have been studying my whole life here as a professor, and I hope that you are all very, very excited. The poet Karen Krystowski is going to share with us her never heard poem, Dancing with the Dust Bunnies. So without further ado, I give you Karen Krystowski.
Hello.
Hello. I am praying.
Snork, snorken, forken. Your morsning, torken lorky for morsnork.
My house has been such a mess for days, and all over lurks the enemy.
Snor. Far fanugin forge nor. Mors nor morken. Dorken, slorken, lorken, horken.
They hide everywhere. They are everywhere in my house. Under the couch, in the corners, under the chair, in the dog bowl, in my kitchen, in my living room. I can't escape them.
Narst. Torp. Derp, derp, slurp, blurp.
I am so scared. From every single angle, all I can see is one thing.
Carrefour.
Dust bunnies.
Oh. Nor, here, for, more, nor, your.
Wait a second. I have a genius idea. The vacuum is in the laundry room.
They're Harkentoxed.
And I will vacuum them up.
Senor. Sindor.
And they will be done. And there will be no more dust bunnies dancing.
And I'm sorry to question your translation. Scene door can also mean scene, suggesting that this poem has reached its conclusion. That was wonderful. Wow. Give it up, Professor Liz and wow. They're going to need a moment to recover, and I'm sure that Dan and Jared, they need to hydrate. They gave it all. But Tom Badger has been in training for this show for a while. He went out west. He went to Utah. He saw the world, and now he's back. And we have some slides that he's going to talk through. These are slides which he has not seen before. He doesn't know what he has to talk about. So if we could have in the chat a suggestion of what you might like to have a PowerPoint presentation about. Tom is going to teach you about something. It could be that if nothing else, these will be slides about his recent journey over the past few months out west. And wow, okay, we got snacks that travel well. Cool. So we'll get Tom on screen in a moment, and maybe he will be talking about the snacking aspects of travel, but he'll see the photos and we'll kind of follow where it goes. All right, Tom, let's pull you up on screen so we can see.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah. And the very first, okay, so I'm going to type in, that makes this official. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Tom Badger with his presentation. And we almost begin. Oh yeah, that's Tom. Don't look ahead. Don't look ahead. This is improv. Yeah.
Not looking.
Okay. We're clear. Over to Tom.
Snacks. The most critical piece of any trip you will ever take. Don't worry about your transportation. Don't worry about your lodging. It's very, very important for you to worry about what you're going to eat in between meals. It is the most critical. And here's a great new product from Frito-Lay. They're called Dice, and they're various sizes, and they have these little dark chocolate nuggets inside of each piece of fake marshmallows. And they have these large fake marshmallows with little nibs of dark chocolate in each one, guaranteed to be a good starter for your snack journey as you head maybe out west. Like perfect, like right here. I've been here. This is called trees. This is called a forest in some places. And in that backpack, you can fit those little Frito-Lay marshmallows with the nibs of dark chocolate. I find trees to be fascinating because they provide shade for these horned animals with large ears that I've never seen before. I'm not sure what they're called, but they seem to be really large, Their feet, they have the toes. If you look carefully at their toes, it's fascinating what's in between them. I think sometimes they take those Frito-Lay marshmallows and put them in between their toes so that each step is a little more comforted, or if they have to run away. I brought flowers to a girl in the forest. This is the closest she would let me get to her. And she pushed my camera down when I tried to take a selfie of us. It was the height of rejection in my life, but she kept the roses and had nice boots. But I'm not allowed to say anything else. And this is my reaction after she dissed me on the flowers. So then, and then it was time for cocktails. This is a bar in Utah. This is called the Mormon Tabernacle Distillery and Keg Festival. This is me when I got dressed up, wore the skinny tie, and this is another girl that I found in Utah and got her a drink. And this is a tribute to the Romneys in Utah. This is Mitt Romney and his brother Fit Romney. So Mitt and Fit are big in Utah. They have a square jaw. And then I wanted to chill out and just go somewhere where I could read and just just really relax. And all of these books I read inside of 5 or 10 minutes and just kept looking for more. I did find this geography reference guide to what the United States is going to look like in about 3 to 4 weeks. This is the way things are going to look. There's a lot of changes coming. Some of you may have heard there might be an election coming up soon, and then this is what we're all going to say after the election. We're all just going to recite quietly to ourselves that this little piggy went to the market in a mask, and this little piggy stayed home, and this little piggy stayed home, and this little piggy stayed home. Really, this little piggy should go out and vote and then come back and stay home. And this little piggy stayed home. Here was the best meal I had in Utah that wasn't a marshmallow with dark chocolate in it. This is called every fruit you've ever seen with some cream in it. And I enjoy that. There's plums, there's lemons, there's some, I don't know what those star fruit, possibly. Cherries with the stem on are very underrated. That stem really stirs your innards. I think you'll really find that cherries, they go down in there and just run through your intestines, you'll be able to get all kinds of things out of there, which is really nice. So that's good. And here's one of the byproducts of eating the cherries. I thought it was fascinating that it had actual eyes, but those are not eyes. Those are the marshmallows with an up close piece of that dark chocolate nib in that marshmallow dice. So they hold their shape, and then they kind of clean you out, and then you have a cute little fuzz ball of marshmallow dice. It's pretty amazing. I encourage you to give these a try, especially with the cherries with the stems on them.
3 slides left.
Oh, and here comes the big finish. This is Harry the Hornet. This is Harry. I go with him. I take him in my backpack and just put him in the little carry-on slot in there. And I give him these pieces of corn that are on these roots. And he enjoys eating corn. And I just put that in my backpack, and the TSA PreCheck people never see it. And he's quiet. I just tell him to be quiet. And then this is who I sat next to on the plane. This is one of the candidates for public office in November. And this is their, they don't usually look this good, but this is the best shot I wanted to get and say, you're going to be voting for this person or not. But with hair like that and a peanut right there, it's just a man and his peanut. It's pretty impressive. And with this, and we missed the connection in Sioux Falls. And so Sioux Falls at the Avis Rent-A-Car, this was all they had left. And it's a premium upgrade. That's a nice vehicle. and the tires are in excellent shape. I like those black walls like that. And so I took this from Sioux Falls all the way down to Utah with my candidate baboon friend, and ate some cherries with the stem on them. And it's the best vacation I've ever taken. And I'm really glad you could see my slides.
We are so glad you shared those with us. That was a journey. Thank you for letting us live vicariously through you. Wow, if we could have all the players come back on screen, that was amazing. Yeah, the STEM really stirs your innards. It's not just entertainment, it's education. If we have people could type more things in the chat, maybe you could type occupations. Animals are always good. Any object, something you see in the room. But we're going to go back to the game we gave you a preview of in the beginning. But now we've had time to bond and get to know each other. And we want to give you, the caregivers and everybody else, a little bit of love. And cool. We'll go with recycling. Yeah. The setup again is, hey, I like my caregivers like I like recycling. And then whatever you think of that sounds appropriate. And look at those brains thinking, kicking around, recycling, giving care. Yeah, I know Liz didn't mean to raise her hand. She was just moving her hair, but her hands did go up. So she's and she's still a professor, so she's ready. Liz.
I like my recycling like I like my caregivers because it makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah. All right, Tom.
I like my caregivers like I like my recycling. Once a week, they sleep in a red box out by the curb.
Yeah, Jared.
I like my caregivers like recycling. They're both helping to save the earth.
Nice.
Truth. Dan.
I like my caregivers like I like my recycling on wheels.
Yeah, cool. Jared.
I like my caregivers like I like my recycling. I had to take way too long to convince my grandfather that they were necessary.
Yeah. Emily.
I like my caregivers like I like my recycling, just ever so smelly.
Yeah. And I like caregivers the way I like recycling. It's not well known, but neither is a good place to stash styrofoam. No. Hey, let's go on to a new thing. We have art dealer. Wow. Yeah, art dealer.
Art dealer?
Yes, a dealer of art. Or, hey, let's open it up. Let's just do art itself. Like my caregivers, like I like art. Yeah, Emily.
I love my caregivers like I love art. Priceless.
Yeah, Tom.
I like my caregivers like I like art. They give me Monet.
Yeah.
Monet.
Yeah. Yeah, Jared.
I like my caregivers like I like my art. Affordable and available at IKEA.
Yeah, that's a smart shopper. Cool. Yeah, and Liz, I was going to call just because your hands went up. She's like showing off, I have hair. And Tom and Jared.
Can I add something? I was going to say earlier when people were talking about the silver lining of being bald, how many times have I had to move my hair tonight? If I were bald, I would not be doing that right now.
That's very true. Life is full of trade-offs.
Yeah.
Have anything about art? And
Sure. I like my caregivers like I like my art. Abstract. Just abstract.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Emily.
Love my caregivers like I love my art. Stored away in the basement and brought out when I really need him.
Yeah. Yeah. Emily, when's the time you have pulled art out of your basement because you really
I
needed
don't
it?
even know how much
Yeah.
just ridiculous amounts of art I have in
Yeah.
my. I live with an art restorer. So we kind
Oh,
of.
wow. I know we're short on time, but if your tablet or laptop is movable, I'd love it if you took us into the basement to see all that.
show you.
Because we can do that now online, but soon we'll be doing these shows in person. All these wonderful people.
Well, I'm not in my basement, but I'm going to show you.
Okay, great, great.
Look.
Yeah.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
How do I make
Okay.
it go the other way?
Yeah. This is.
Oh, look,
Mhm.
art.
Well, there's
Whoa.
art.
Spotlight.
There's
That's all right.
Art.
Or art.
more art.
Wow,
That's
and
all right.
we're reflected in the art.
You
Yeah,
are. You
that's
are a
deep.
part of the art. And I'm
Okay.
walking down the stairs. Coco
Yeah.
Chanel. More
I'm
art.
going to take you off Spotlight because it's intriguing and a little bit nauseating. Why is my face in that art? That ruins the art. That's bad art. Okay, one more thing. Hedge clippers. How are? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hedge clippers.
Yeah.
I like my caregivers like I like hedge clippers. There's something you don't think you'll need to invest in your 20s.
I like my caregivers like I like my hedge clippers. They are so sharp.
Yeah, yeah. And as we go to Jared and Dan, hey, if there's anybody in the crowd who would like to participate, feel free to unmute and come on screen, and we'll party together.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Jared, what do you got?
I like my caregivers like I like my hedge clippers. Hardworking, if not a little rusty.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan.
I like my caregivers like I like my hedge clippers. Probably a generic brand.
Yeah. Lisa.
I like my caregivers like I like my hedge clippers. They help me take shape.
Nice.
Wow.
There you go.
That's good.
Great.
Very good.
And yeah, Dan.
I like my caregivers like I like my hedge clippers. A lot of them at Disney World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think yeah, maybe our final thing is we met our friend Roger before. We like our caregivers like we like our friend Roger. It's a curveball. It's a challenge. We've never tried this before. But it's a big night. We're pushing forward improv technology. I like my Jared.
I like my hair or my caregivers like I like my new friend Roger with the world's greatest haircut.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like my Liz.
I was gonna say I like my caregivers like I like my new friend Roger, because they just have the most colorful bedspreads.
Yeah. Lisa.
I like my caregivers like I like my new friend Roger with a nice big smile.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan.
I like my caregivers like I like my new friend Roger backlit.
Yeah, there's good lighting and the way we see. I like my caregivers like I like my new friend Roger. Emily Alma can't get enough of them.
I was gonna say, I like my caregivers like I like my new friend Roger, the cutest of the cute.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Emily, are you in your basement with the art
Yeah,
now?
you relegated me to the base.
Yeah. Can we see what you have stashed down there?
Well, I have the cat.
Oh, art.
Oh, they keep the cat in the basement.
Yeah.
The cat. And we have a collection of shot glasses from various parts of the United States.
Shot glass.
And looks like an empty Heineken can that somebody did not decide to recycle.
Miles.
Miles. And then the crowning glory, the foosball table that we thought would people would maybe want to come over and hang out with us, and not so much.
Who is the guy and who's this statue looking?
Oh, that actually is art. That is a bust of Andy.
Whoa.
The art.
Wow.
Well, he's a sculptor and restorer.
Wow.
It's the world's most interesting man.
Yeah.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Wow. Huh.
Are you ever tempted to paint over that and make like put like a
I wanted
raccoon
to-
eyes or
Yeah, like color it in with or watercolor it. Yeah, I think that's just going to be my new profile. I'm not even going to be on screen anymore.
little color in the lips?
Hey, Sean, let's see if maybe Veronica, maybe they could see what they think of this that statue. Maybe name that statue. For
What
us.
is this statue? And maybe we should raffle it off.
Yeah.
The hairy man. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Indeed.
Hey, man, it's
I'm
good.
getting best hair in
Yeah.
the world.
You guys sort of prejudiced it because Veronica does not like beards. So,
Oh,
Oh, sorry, Veronica.
I'm sorry, guys.
Jared, we're shaving before our next show.
Glad I shaved.
If
Yeah.
she's going to be in the audience. By the
All
way, let me, I like to make a distinction between caregiver and caretaker.
Yes.
Okay,
I like my caregiver because I'm a caretaker.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
We gotta get that on a shirt for you.
Yeah, I think so. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So it is officially after 6. We're probably in the process of wrapping up. Tom, is there any way to close, or I love meeting the people who were in the crowd and
Yeah. Just thank you so much for coming. We'll do this more often if you'll have us back. And we love performing for you. We want to do this in person desperately, but we know that's not going to happen for a while. But if you would like to have us back, we'll be happy to do this. And thank you so much for coming. And we at the Alzheimer's Association will always do whatever we can for you. So just proud to be part of it.
including
Thanks a
bringing
lot. We enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thanks
Uh,
for coming. It's
Yeah,
a great
Chris,
pleasure.
Kristen, you are in the spotlight. Would you introduce your dog to everybody? Okay, maybe we can't hear you, but hey, we see the cuteness, and
Yeah.
that is
His name is Smokey. I know that.
Whoa.
Oh, that's right. Smokey. Yeah.
Oh, good
Thanks
job.
for coming, Smokey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And thanks to my friend iPad number 6 there, Bobby.
Woo!
I was so
You
glad.
know you've made it when iPad 6 shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. If it were iPad 3, I'd be a little worried, but six,
Right. Maybe we can
good
shoot for
people.
iPad 8 next time, y'all.
We will try. We will
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all for coming. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Thanks
night.
so much.
Yeah.
Night.
Night. Have fun watching the debates tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be on during the debate, but yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
You
We'd
know,
love to hear your comments.
yes.
Well, have some.
Take care, guys.
Mm,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
yeah. And yeah, so team, do we hang out for a moment? And
Yeah, if we could, yeah. Hang
Yeah.
tight team, for a second.
cool. And
Cool.
let's see, Tamara Womble might be out there.
iPad 6 just creeping still.
Yeah, yeah,
She's like that.
yeah.
How do
But
I
at least
leave?
we can see
Oh.
iPad 6.
Here, I'll leave. I'll give you your privacy.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Bye, iPad.
Thanks, Bobby.
iPad. Okay, now I'm
iPad. Oh,
wondering,
did you get that?
yeah. Would anybody like to say any final thing that will be recorded? Okay, get your cussing ready, because we'll let it free in 3, 2.